Hey guys, what's up? It's iPhone here, and today we're going to be talking about the Arca-Plasmor, the new pump-action radiation shotgun that just got added into Warframe. And I have to say, this thing is pretty fun, although it's not like the best shotgun in the game. It's just like a really cool thing to play around with. It actually reminds me a lot of the E-Tech weapons from Borderlands 2. Like, you got an E-Tech shotgun, it would shoot out like a lob of plasma, depending on what elemental damage you had on it. It would like be like a fireball or an electricity ball or like a ball of toxin or whatever. It kind of gives me that feeling, except it's just like a ray of plasma, which will kind of just like disintegrate enemies whenever they die. So, I was testing out the weapon versus lower level enemies, like very low armor enemies, at the like level 70 range. So, what I want to do now is I want to bump it up to about maybe level 100 and see how we do versus level 100. Like just level 100 small enemy units to see how it sort of pairs up versus like it's not going to pair up well versus the Tigris Prime, of course, because I mean the Tigris Prime is the Tigris Prime. But let's just go ahead and spawn in like level 100 Lancers and then see how well it does versus them, because like it was shredding through the level 80 enemies. So okay, so it's about a 2-shot, depending on how close or far away you are to the enemy. So just to give you guys a little bit of action with the gun here. This is a radiation, corrosive, and blast build that I have on right now. It has a 99.9% status chance, and I mean, it shoots out a wave of plasma, you know? It's a shotgun, it's got like a fall off, so if the enemy's further away from you, you'll either not hit it, or you will deal a very tiny amount of damage. So you see we deal less damage the further away we are, so it takes a lot more shots. But if you get closer to them, like so, you can pretty much one-shot them, right? So you have that normal shotgun fall off that's on almost every shotgun in the game, apart from the Tigris Prime, because it's a sniper. It's the best sniper in the game. You have a very slow reload. I believe the reload is actually 2.8. And then you also have a decent crit chance. You get like a 20% crit chance at base, which I don't believe is enough to sort of mod for. And you also get like a 1.6 multiplier for your crit chance too. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get more ammo. The only downside I would say to the weapon is the ammo capacity. Other than that, it's like a pretty solid weapon. It's not, like I said, it's not the best weapon in the game, but it's just something fun to play around with. And if you're going through and you're just kind of like murdering lower level enemies, let's say you're carrying your friend just through his first playthrough of the game, this is going to be a really fun gun just to go ahead and use. So one form of build, you get two polarities, two V polarities base, so I just add on another one. And on the build, I'm just running my dual status elemental mods with obviously my damage mods. We have Prime Point Blank and Hell's Chamber here for the multi-shot. We have Seek and Fury on here for the reload speed and the punch free, so you can hit more than one enemy with one plasma ray. And then we have Blaze on here to up our damage also and give us heat damage. So we then stack that up with our Shell Shock, Toxic Barrage, Frigid Blast, and Scattering Inferno. That's all of our elements, and it also gives us 60% more status chance for each mod that we have on. And that brings us up to a total of 99.9%, and our most dominant status being blast damage. So we're going to proc blast damage more than any other element that we have on our build at the minute. So it just goes in the values of whichever is the highest is the most likely to be proc. So blast is the highest there. So this isn't actually the only build that I've been using on this. I've also been using a radiation and viral build, which I believe is the better build for this, especially if you're running a grip that can strip armor or has crucible projections on, which is the aura mob, which strips armor for you. So what you do to get that is you just replace Frigid Blast with Shell Shock, and then you get 12k radiation damage and 5.1 viral damage, which allows you to deal a lot more damage versus the bombards, and also a lot more damage versus enemies who just have health, right? So enemies like the Infested, like the Light Infested, Corpus without shields, Grenier without armor, they'll all take more damage from viral, because the proc of viral is actually to reduce their maximum HP. And that's like really good. Like, why would you not want that? So let's actually just go ahead and test this out versus a level 145 bombard, and I'll show you the damage that this deals. Let's go level 145, which is as high as I can go right now. Exit this, and we'll stimulate him. I'm not going to strip his armor to begin with. We're just going to go ahead and shoot him with the radiation damage, and you'll see like it's not the most damaging shotgun in the world. Like, it's not the Tigris Prime or anything like that there. But it's still decent, you know? It's still going to kill this guy relatively fast. He'll kill you faster, though. Like, if I wasn't invincible right now, he would probably be one-shotting me. But, you know, it can still deal damage, especially if you're accurate. But if you were to strip his armor, you know, it's a different story, right? So let's strip his armor, get up close and personal. And that's a two-shot, you know? If I were to shoot his head, like, super up close there, it would have been a one-shot, you know? So if you're invisible or something, like with Ash or with Loki or something like that there, and his armor's already gone, like so, you could do this. Okay, maybe not. I missed. I didn't hit his head. But if you hit his head, strip his armor, hit his head, he will die in one shot. I swear, I've done it before. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I will replicate it in this video as well, unless the game hates me and doesn't want to do it for me. But you can definitely one-shot him. You're going to stay still for me. Okay, that was a two-shot. Okay, let's try again. This is the last attempt. If I don't get it this time, I'm going to give up, okay? Are you ready? Okay. Can I do it? Praise the Steve. Let's see. Okay, he's stunned. Man, I didn't get it. Feels bad, man. Okay, close enough. You know what? You can one-shot him if you hit him in the head. I just keep on hitting the shoulder like an idiot, so you can definitely pull off a one-shot. Trust me. It's a good weapon once the armor's gone. It's got a decent status chance. Son of a bitch, he just moved his arm. Feels bad, man. But yeah, it's a good weapon. It's really fun. It reminds me of a weapon from Borderlands. I really like it. I think you guys should pick it up. And it's just super fun to sort of jump around and kill a lot of bad guys with, especially if they're in a large group. And like, what you could do if you really wanted to like prioritize, let's say, corrosive damage or something, you could forma this again. And then throw on your 90% elemental mod so you can, like, make it so that corrosive is, like, the priority whenever it comes to proccing the status chance. So what you would do is you would take off all your elemental mods here, and then you'd throw on your contagious spread and your charge shell, and then you would throw on your elemental mods. So you might throw on something like, what is it, your Scattering Inferno here to get your fire damage. And then you would also throw on something like your Toxic Barrage and your, what is it, your, I forget the name of it, is it Shell Shock? You throw that there on to sort of prioritize your corrosive damage so you can deal more damage that way. That way you're dealing more damage and you're also proccing your corrosive, so the enemy's losing his armor, so he's taking more damage from that heat damage. And also, like, if you're playing against a bombard, you know, they are taking more damage from the radiation too. So let's just go ahead and test this build out, even though it's not a complete build. I stripped his armor. You know, obviously, we're not dealing as much damage whenever it comes to just stripping his armor, even though we killed that guy pretty fast. Let's go ahead and try it with his armor on, and we'll see the damage. Now, not proccing as much as we would like, which is the downside to running the 90%, right? So, you know, you gotta really make sure that your status chance is up there if you want to use this type of build, because without those status effects, then you're not really going to be getting anything. That, and it's generally just kind of worse to run like a hybrid build because your damage numbers are going to be lower anyway. So you want to make sure that you know, you have a complete build in one way or another. You could also maybe replace Seeking Fury if you really want a lot of damage from it, but honestly, I wouldn't invest too much into it. I'd wait for a better pump action shotgun to come out, because as much as I like this weapon because of like how it feels and how it looks and how it shoots and stuff like that there, I still would have preferred having you know, just a shotgun that shot out regular bullets, like a pump action shotgun that shot out regular bullets, giving me my impact punch or slash and making it like crit damage or something. You know, I would have preferred that personally, which is what I'm looking forward to in the future. But other than that there, like, you know, it's a solid weapon. I recommend picking it up. And I can't see my Blaze mod. There it is. Here we go. This is my Blaze mod. And yeah, I also put on an unranked Scattering Inferno there like an idiot. I was wondering why I was only getting 97.2% status chance. Where is my ranked up Scattering Inferno? Am I blind? I'm blind. Here we go. There it is. So yeah, this is the build that I recommend running. Run it with a frame that can strip the armor off an enemy, and if you're not going to run this type of builds, then go ahead and... What? I pulled off the one shot! You see it? I did it. I did it. Yeah, so go ahead and actually form it a little bit more. Rule on those dash polarities and stuff like that there, and then make sure that you are putting your status chance up as high as possible. What I will be interested to see with this weapon is a Riven mod, like a really good Riven mod, like one that gives, let's say, multi-shot and status chance or something. Like, I don't even know what the Riven disposition for this weapon is, but it'll be cool to sort of see it. You also have a decent crit chance there of 22%, so like if you can get a Riven mod which increases the crit chance by a shit ton, having, you know, a crit chance Riven and a damage Riven or something like that there in this weapon would be absolutely insane. And yeah, I'm excited to see what type of builds you guys come up with. Make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Join the Discord, go into the builds channel and leave your build in there, talking about it and stuff like that there. And yeah, other than that, this is the Arca-Plasmor. I think it's a really cool weapon. I think you should pick it up. Not too sure where from. I'm going to assume the Energy Lab in the Clan's Dojo, and if not, then check the market. And other than that, guys, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below, and if you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.